Hello, Internetians, and my name is Josh, a ultraplayer, and I am your coach of the Philly Soul Dude. What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the BBL. That's it. I got it right. We're here for week number 8. We're taking on my boy AAron2420 and his Calgary Infernapes today. Of course, go check him out in the description below. And let's get into it. So God, I'm dying. We're here. We're pressed for time because genius me didn't get this recorded in time. I'm recording this 2 hours before you seeing it for like the 7th week in a row. I'm smart. If you want to see on my screen what your mons, I literally just woke up. That was English. If you want to know what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it, what moves they have, what EVs they have, what items they have, what my overall game plan is, and what I'm predicting AAron to bring, go ahead and check out my team builder as I go very in-depth on my team building process, and you can get an in-depth look on my thought process and mind and recap. I'm very tired. Quick, what I'm bringing is Xerneas is what's Xerneas? It's physical. It's bulky. It's like max BDF, and it has close combat and Horn Leech and like Misty Terrain and Toxic, I think. MattOshea is Choice Scarf with an amazing EV spread. Gligar is a win con. It's Double Dance, Earthquake, Roost, and he didn't bring the Mesprit. Uxie is Uxie. Greninja is Life Orb, 4 attacks, one of them being U-turn. And then Mega Bomb Snow is Sub-Focus Punch. So let's get into it. I'm leading off with my MattOshea because it leads off well against every single Pokemon on his team. And I basically don't care what happens. He doesn't bring Slurpuff, he doesn't bring Mesprit. I'm in a very, very good spot. So we're going to see the Micah lead. That's Micah, Sakura, Nomia. That's one of my best girls. And I'm going to lead off with Azuna. My MattOshea. Again, Choice Scarf can deal with anything. If this wants to be Choice Scarf, that's fine. I live Psychic from full. So he yeets on out of there and goes out to Aqua. Man, I should have had Jump Kick. That would have been great to get damage off on that. But it's okay, because I'm going to U-turn out. Ooh. I'm going to U-turn out. I think I go out into my... Do I go into Mega Bomb Stone? I feel like I go into Mega Bomb Stone. Yeet! Alright, Mega Bomb Stone. Oh, this is great. Okay, so I go into Mega Bomb Stone. Get Snow Warning up. I know I'm obviously going to check this thing. And I'm going to go, no matter what, he's not going to just stay in and click like... Well, he's leftovers, obviously. So I know for a fact that like he's not Specs or Life Orb. So I know I love a hit no matter what. I'm going to go for Sub. As he switches out, and I'm like, please be the Mega Lucario. So like I said, yep, that is Mega Lucario. So I go for Sub on this turn, and like I said, I'm Sub Focus Punch, and I'm Max Attack Adamant. So, this Mega Lucario is about to get its shit rocked. Honestly, it's about to get its entire life just rocked. He's gonna Mega Evolve. Out comes Mega Lucario, and there's the focus. There's the focus. He goes for Meteor Mash to make my sub. God, if he would have missed there, it would have been over. The whole game would have probably ended right there. But yeah, so he gets rid of my sub, and I'm gonna Focus Punch. And that's a murdered Lucario. That Lucario is absolutely murdered. So we can get to Kakakoka, which is gonna be the Infernape. Oh god, why her? But I'm gonna get out of there. I'm not really concerned with what he wants to go for. If he wants to U-turn out, go for it. I'm going to go out into my Kaguya, into my Uxie, and he's going to go for U-turn. Wow, the dimensions are off. Cuts off the edge of Kaguya. It's okay. No, wait. That's just how we recorded it. Okay, cool. It wasn't me. Out comes out Micah, Sakura, Nomia again. And he's going to take a little bit of chip damage with the Hail. I believe I don't live a Dark Pulse anymore. I might have originally. I don't remember. I'm not Cobra Bear, so obviously I probably don't live. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of there. I'm going to go out to my MattOshea because, like I said, I live any single hit from this thing. If he wants to predict me and go for Psychic, that's fine. And he's actually going to predict me and go for Psychic. But that's fine because I actually live it. And specifically, I lived it on 1. But that's not a roll because I made sure of it. And I click U-turn, and as soon as I click U-turn, I know I'm like, God, he's going into Ferrothorn. Fuck, he's going into Ferrothorn. and he goes into Ferrothorn. If I clicked high jump here like I should have, or just hard switched out because I'm Regenerator, this would have been much better. Because this Ferrothorn is going to be proved to be very, very, very annoying. So let's play around this Ferrothorn. So I'm going to go out into nothing. Okay, I know I'm going to go to. I go to my Mega Bomb Smoke because it's my check to the Ferrothorn. Gyro Ball does not break my sub, and he has to have Iron Head, which I can now scout for. And I'm also going to be able to get some hail chip damage off and mitigate its leftovers. So I'm going to be able to go for the substitute on this thing because Gyro Ball does not break my sub, but unfortunately this little whore bag has an Power Fire Ferrothorn, which was good prep on his part, obviously, because otherwise, you know, just free sub food. And I'm gonna predict him. I'm like, okay, well, obviously I'm not gonna stay in anymore, so I'm gonna he's gonna go for Rock. So I tried to go for Focus Punch, which if it went off, it would have been amazing. But he's not gonna let me do that, unfortunately, because Aaron likes to make me cry. So it actually might be a roll based on that damage to break my sub, which I should have probably have calced and gone for, but it's okay. So here I'm gonna go ahead and get out of there. And I'm going to go out into my Gligar, and I'm going to pivot around this thing a little bit. I don't think he would allow me just to sit here and do whatever I want versus him. But, I want to scout for Knockoff, or Leech Seed. And I also haven't weakened the Suicune yet. I thought he was going to go out to the Suicune here, so I double out into my Xerneas, which is my Suicune counter. Because I forgot, like, oh yeah, he can just go for Rocks here, because he's going to go for Rocks here. I'm like, well, this is bad. He stayed in. So I'm going to switch out here into my... Obviously, I don't want to stay in here. I'm going to switch out into my Uxie. I'm just trying to pivot around and see what this Pokemon might have. Because in all honesty, once I figure out what its last two moves are, which I think would be Double Stab, so I think that my Gligar would actually be able to set up on this. If Suicune was weakened, I'd be a lot better shape. But I'm going to switch out into Yohane, predicting the Gyro Ball. And that's actually what's going to happen is the Gyro Ball. I don't have Hidden Power Fire, unfortunately. I have Dark Pulse. And I'm going to go for it just to get some damage off. Because obviously I need damage off on this Ferrothorn at this point. Something's going wrong. I'm not going to be able to handle this as best as I thought. And I go for the Dark Pulse to get some damage off. Unfortunately, I don't have Hidden Power Fire, and he does have the Bullet Seed. So that's going to be a knockout for the Ferrothorn. But it's okay, because once I get damage off on the Suicune, I actually just set up with my Gligar and win, like straight up, because Raikou, Monferno, all both die to Earthquake at +2. Suicune will be gone at that point. Hopefully, Ferrothorn can't beat me. He just revealed his set, and then Suicune. So here he goes out into Kakakoka, which is going to be the Monferno, as I clicked Earthquake. Definitely should have clicked Roost there to stay healthy, but it's okay. And that Monferno, like I said, is going to get murdered. So, that Monferno drops, because I'm actually like Adamant, so that was not a roll in any way. And he actually brings out Aqua. Again, should have definitely roosted that last turn, but it's okay. So, Aqua comes out, and I am going to switch on out of there, obviously. And go out to my Mastodon, which is my counter to this. As we are going to see the Calm Mind, I believe. Or the Ice Beam. So we get the Ice Beam. And Ice Beam does a bit of damage. Not too bad. I am like max for death. So whatever this thing wants to do versus me, perfectly okay. I predict he's going to switch out here. Because I feel like at this point you don't want to take a Moonblast. So I go for Close Combat, predicting him to switch into Ferrothorn. It does a lot of damage. That is definitely not max defense. That's probably not even max HP. But yeah, I went for Calm Mind, predicting me to, I don't know what he was predicting me to do, but he went for Calm Mind. And here I'm just going to go for the Horn Leech to get my HP back. I will be at full after this Horn Leech, and I live anything that he ever wants to go for. And yeah, we're going to get this Horn Leech off. And we're just going to barely miss out. If I had double Horn Leech, he would have never gotten anything off. But I am out now at full. As he goes for Hydro Pump and misses, which is horrible. He doesn't know why it's less horrible than he thinks. It's still horrible no matter what. But I'm actually max Def, so it did a lot less than he thought. But regardless, that really, really blows for him. Because now my Mastodon is able to stay at full, and he's able to come back in later and check the Darkrai. So he goes up to Micah here. As I sacked something off, I believe. What did I sack off? My Mega Bomb Snow, probably? Yep. So I sack off Mega Bomb Snow, so I can't even live rocks. Which is unfortunate, because hail damage would have been nice on this thing. And he goes for Sludge Bomb, yep. And I go out into my Gligar here just to go for it, because I can potentially set up on this thing based on the fact that I know I set up on a timid Darkrai. He goes for Dark Pulse, and he does that much damage as I go for the Rock Polish, and that is a bit of a higher roll. And I'm going to start Roost. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up, so all you're going to see for the next 16 turns is just me clicking Roost. Because I'm trying to get back to a good amount of HP while I go for Dark Pulse, and the damage is going to tell me that he is modest. Right? So I'm going to try to get back to a good amount of HP, but you're going to see that he's actually going to do really, really well with getting the high rolls that he needs, which he needs a very high roll to do more than Roost is recovering every single time. And for a while, I very slowly am able to generate back some HP, but the goal is to be able to where I can live too, so I can SD up on this thing. Here's also where having Hail would have been nice if I was just a little bit healthier with my Mega Bomb. So 3 HP, I would have been able to be hitting this thing with Hail, but also I would have been hit with Hail, so I guess that wouldn't have been very good. So I guess that was very good on my part. Okay. So anyway, I'm very slowly getting back some HP. Very slowly, and that's what I'm trying to do, is trying to get to the point where I can not be too AKO'd by this thing, or have the best chance possible to rolls. To not get too AKO'd by this thing. And then SD up in this phase, and then win the game. Because if I get the SD off, I 100%, without question, win the game right there, right then. So I'm getting good at getting pretty healthy. This one puts me pretty high, 157 out of 65, and then he gets the higher roll. So I Roost again, I get it to 155, and then, yeah, he gets another higher roll, which is like his 6th one. Dark Pulse again, brings me down to there. I don't think that was a higher roll. I think that was about, I think there was still a higher roll, it just didn't do more than Roost. But eventually, this is the point, or no, okay, so it's around this point that you're going to see that I run out of Roost and I go for the Swords Dance. I have a good chance to live this Dark Pulse specifically, but unfortunately I don't, which is sad because right there, right then, if I had lived that, the game straight up ended. Because I would have been able to just sweep. Actually, if I had one more Roost, I would have had one more Roost at that point. So I could Roost up on the Ferrothorn, because Ferrothorn can't do anything to me. I would have killed off the Darkrai at +2. I would have killed the Raikou at neutral. And then I would have killed, I could have either killed Ferrothorn, or I would have weakened Ferrothorn into close combat range. But I go for close combat here. That does a lot less than I thought it would do, so that told me he's a bulky Raikou. I'm also at -1, so I'm like, man, this is not looking good for my Mashiro, which is not going to want to take the Thunderbolt that much. But he goes for Thunderbolt, and it actually completely just bounces off. But Horn Leech comes off, and I'm able to 2KO it from the range it's at, which is very, very nice, putting me a little bit healthier. And if I wasn't at -1, I'd be out of range of Sludge Bomb, which would be nice. But Thunderbolt comes off and puts me down about that range, and I go for Horn Leech, and I'm able to knock this thing out. Should have probably Horn Leech a bunch of times and just stayed healthy. Probably, but at this point I was on the highest of tilt after watching my Gligar go down. But I get to a decent amount of HP. Unfortunately, I'm in range of -1, or +1. I'm in range of his Sludge Bomb because I'm at -1. And I'm going to have to switch out here. Sack off my Uxie, and then just hope to go for it with my Xerneas. And Sludge Bomb comes off. And on the next turn, he is going to Dark Pulse to knock me out. And then we're going to go for it with my Xerneas. So Dark Pulse comes off, knocks out the Uxie. Xerneas has the only chance in the world to win. All I have to do is not get OHKO'd by the Sludge Bomb, knock the thing out with close combat, and then knock out Ferrothorn with close combat should I be able to. I think I have to crit, but as it turns out, his modest Darkrai is actually able to knock out my Xerneas with the roll, and that is going to be a GG to AAron, and unfortunately we are going to take home a 2-0 loss in this game. Very unfortunate game on both sides, just the bad luck of me not getting what I needed to versus the Darkrai, and then of course him missing the Hydro Pump versus Xerneas. Very unfortunate, but somehow that's just how life goes. So I hope you guys enjoyed that battle. That is going to be week 8. Week 9 is going to be versus clutchsometimes and his Kansas City Kingdra, so be sure to go check that out. And I'll see you guys then. Peace!